In this video you will learn why is lessons learned important for project success, what is the process of learning lessons, how should the lessons learned exercise be performed, what is a lessons learned review in project management, why is the lessons learned review often ignored. So, why are lessons learned vital for project management success? Incorporating lessons learned is an important task in the project management life cycle's closing process, whether you are successful or unsuccessful. A project manager should undertake a rigorous lessons learned approach and properly record it. The method of lessons learned is about changing the future. As the saying goes, you can't make all the errors in order to gather insight from them. Make sure to learn from the errors of others too and avoid making yourself. It's really about improving the current manner of how you do stuff founded on the lessons learned from each project, more so from those that ended in failure or did not completely fulfill expectations. What is the process of learning lessons? Lessons learned in a larger sense are about examining the results of just completed project, things that didn't go according to plan, things that went well, things that didn't go well. Take notice that this is not one-man show. All essential stakeholders, including the project leader, client, team, supplier and vendor, should be engaged as appropriate. Various components of project management must also be addressed open-mindedly in the lessons learned phase. Existing procedures across the board, standard operational procedures and workflows, communication technique. How should the lessons learned exercise be performed? Based on the type of project, this might be a frequent ongoing activity or something done at the conclusion. Sprint retrospectives, for example, are regular and ongoing, while end-of-project exercises include post-implementation review (PIR) or post facto. Contemplate projects that span numerous quarters or years. Then you must establish a learning cadence for the team in order to keep in sync, identify errors as fast as possible before they turn into significant project limiting issues, avoid repeated mistakes for the length of the project, recognize hazards during the earlier project phases, determine what changes in strategy and approach are necessary. Now let us examine the different processes involved in carrying out the complete lessons learned procedure. Identify. Whatever method you choose to learn lessons, you should do in a systematic way. As a project manager, you must devote significant effort to educating and raising awareness about the lessons learned exercise among your teams and stakeholders. Based on the project's nature, the team must share problems encountered, time and quality issues, areas where they believe there is a need for improvement, and non-value added areas that could be removed. The goal is to elicit ideas and provide them with a feeling of what is to come. Project managers should also perform customer reviews and interviews, send out feedback questionnaires and do whatever works best for their team and business. The trick though is to execute it in a planned and orderly way. Identifying is a critical phase in the lessons collection process. Plan a meeting with the whole team, establish a session's ground rules and timeframe, set the meeting agenda, for example a certain component, money, concerns, time management, etc. Keeping track of the time throughout the session. Make certain that the team does not engage in deep dive sessions on particular topics. Capture the problems raised for future action. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. On my website, projectmanageriq.com, you can get the free samples and templates for your project management needs, as well as training based on my 544-page book Project Management for Managers, Program and Project Portfolio Management in Banking. Please see the details below in the description. Record. This is the stage at which you codify all the problems raised by the team. It is advised that you should use a project management solution in this situation. Some of the concerns discovered may need urgent notice and action, so record each one and delegate it to the appropriate individuals to be addressed. Log the remainder of the team with suitable categorization. Create a format or template for the recorded data. Assign the essential team members their responsibility and logging of and documenting the specific of their particular concerns for ownership. Once all concerns have been documented, create a centralized report for subsequent actions. Review. There is an essential stage in which you bring the lessons learned to the attention of managers for assessment and action. Make thorough report. Review them with management and arrange for the resolution. Some of them are probably easy to handle and require little interruption to established procedures or operations. Some may need simple adjustments or repairs. It should be noted that not all problems can be resolved instantly, and that some may not be valid. Those will need a thorough investigation. Make certain that your report contains a possible solution and ideas. The goal here is to get management support, and permission for how the resolution will be implemented and communicated to the appropriate departments and members of the team. Only when the list has been checked and accepted, we will go to the next phase. This is when wiki administrations come into play. A comprehensive knowledge base is established and maintained with all pertinent lessons learned. Make the records available so that other teams may access, comprehend, and refer to them for current or forthcoming initiatives. Run it as if it were a mini project. Ensure that the agreed upon tasks are allocated and that status updates are provided as needed. The way you can maintain the momentum keeps the teams informed and lead to further contribution for the team. Specifically, there will be increased awareness among the team, which will make them more aware of difficulties that may arise in the projects they do and proficient at avoiding or dealing with them in a timely manner. If the data stays in a silo and is accessible, the whole endeavor would be futile. As a result, using a solid project management solution is vital to the successful completion of the Lessons Learned project. Process management solutions such as Orange Scrum have shown to be quite helpful in all aspects of problem resolution and wiki sharing. Within the current project, you may form a task group called Lessons Learned. All concerns should be listed as project management solutions such as Orange Scrum have shown to be quite helpful in all aspects of problem resolution and wiki sharing. Within the current project, you may form a task group called Lessons Learned. All concerns should be listed as tasks, subtasks, and checklists. For proper categorization, employ custom labels and custom labels. Also, assign a correct assignee, set due dates, and create a unique status procedure to manage this problem's lifecycle from beginning to conclusion. Distribute the content with the rest of the teams after the project has been successfully concluded. Teams may access lessons learned as required while knowing all the specifics. It is much simpler to consolidate all information and encourage cooperation with the tool. Wrapping things up, the lessons learned process is particularly useful in detecting hazards across your operations. To begin with, product development and engineering, project management office, customer service and success, human resources, finance and payroll, vendor management, sales, procurement. The amount of influence will be determined by the project's type and complexity as well as the number of functions they affect. However, at any one time a project is guaranteed to include at least 3 to 5 departments. As a result, having a single platform for each department that has access to the crucial outcomes from your lessons learned activities becomes even more vital. If you do not employ project collaboration tools, vital information is likely to never be. As a project manager, you must make a habit to peruse these lessons learned every time you begin your next project. Consume the knowledge and expertise gained from other team members. This will also improve cross-departmental cooperation and help companies succeed with their initiatives. How do you apply today's lessons to your projects? How are they distributed among the teams? Are they well located and conveniently accessible? What is a lessons learned review in project management? The lessons learned assessment that occurs at the end of the project is an essential and meaningful event for all project participants. There will always be endeavors that went well and endeavors that might have worked out better, regardless of the scale or topic of the initiatives. Understanding the big picture allows project managers and teams to learn from their mistakes and apply what they've learned to future projects. The lessons learned assessment is traditionally done at the conclusion of a project. It's really a discourse of the information obtained through the project management process, the team's triumphs and failures, and an endeavor to replicate the excellent features. This is also known as a post-mortem, wrap-up, after-action review, project success conference, or retrospective. The advantages and addressing lessons learned. There are several advantages to examining a project in its entirety and reviewing project facts like objectives, timeframe, milestones, budget, and success measures. Dive into the specifics to understand what the aim was, what happened and why, and what succeeded and what didn't. Put things into perspective by answering the following questions. What are your intentions? What exactly occurred? What caused that to happen? What will you do the next time? How to organize a meeting on lessons learned. Create and distribute an agenda ahead of time that contains the following components to be addressed in a certain period, often 1 to 1.5 hours. A brief greeting, overview of the project including milestones and a schedule. What did you discover? Successes and challenges. Other considerations. Priorities. What is most important? Changes to be made and action plans. Determine which elements will be included in future projects. Finally, thank you. Increasing participation. Begin by emphasizing the good results. This is something that can be taken from an agile hindsight and used for any project. Whatever you learn, realize and honestly believe that all did there at the time given the circumstances, taking into consideration skills and talents, available resources, and the scenario at hand. Everyone, of course, understands that so much more towards the conclusion of the project. You will undoubtedly come across judgments and acts that you regret. This is wisdom that should be admired, not criticism used to humiliate. Prepare a quick icebreaker activity, for example, speak about the current athletic event and invite others to engage by answering a question, like who their favorite team is or who they believe will emerge victorious. Incorporate a check-in action. In a roundtable setting, each participant for one word to summarize the journey of the project. Usually the first sentence that comes out of the mouth is fairly honest and accurate. Now we come to the primary activity. This is a chance to collect data, assess individual morale, hindsight good elements, acknowledge individuals and make adjustments. Motivate the team to think about the situation on hand. Reaffirming a common vision and produce insights. This is the moment at which members of the team feel heard. With 5 minutes under the spotlight, each person is honored and visible to the whole team. If the team shows displeasure or brings up roadblocks, redirect this energy into a conversation regarding doing a better job in the future. Create items to act on. Develop specific actionable things based on the lessons learned assessment. Send meeting notes out to the team and so that they may use them as future references and to remember particular details. Why is the lessons learned review often ignored? There are several lessons why it may be missed. It is often due to time constraints, instant beneficial outcomes, long-term exhaustion, or the problem of bringing everyone to the table once again. Not everyone sees the value of reviewing a thing that just finished, particularly in the post-launch monitoring period or pilot is underway. Sometimes it's simply because too much time has gone before lessons learned are ever evaluated. If you integrate lessons learned into the closure process, you will get the greatest outcomes right after the project ends. Click on the video card on the right to understand different project management software including ClickUp, Orange Scrum and Asana. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. On my website projectmanageriq.com you can get the free templates for your project management needs as well as training based on my 544-page book Project Management for Managers, Program and Project Portfolio Management in Banking, translated into 12 languages and counting. Please see the details below in the description and where to buy my book, What is the Best Project and Program Management Software